KCAA Radio, Loma Linda, where no listener is ever left behind.
Thanksgiving in a different perspective. There's a lot of things to be thankful for, um, which, well,
Can't spit it out?
well, sometimes you have a meal that there's nothing to be thankful for, but we'll talk about that later on. But we're going to just have a fun day talking about kind of turkey trivia and Thanksgiving trivia that it's going to make you laugh a little bit. And that's what life's about, especially with me. And Izzy likes to laugh too, I think, right? Mostly at me, how stupid I am. I do think,
What's the station number?
Our station number?
Yeah.
AM 1050.
He has to look at the sign.
106.5 FM. It's right on the sign right there. Our engineer's laughing, like shaking his head. What, after 5-6 years, I'm supposed to remember it? Yeah, come on. So, anyway, how you doing?
Doing?
Yeah. My jaws hurt from the dinner we had. You too?
Yeah.
How's your jaws?
It hurts.
Says too? Okay. Well, we'll get into that, but to keep you in suspense, like, what the heck did they eat? Cement or something? Like, we wish. Anyway, we are going to have fun today. We also went to a restaurant that we really liked, and we liked it so much. We only had 2 items because we were in a hurry, but we're going to go back and do a review of them. Mm-hmm. It's called, it's hard to explain, Arteaga Catering. Arteaga's Catering. It's in Yucaipa here. This is our linguist here. Go ahead. How do you spell it?
Yeah, I would say Arteagas.
Arteaga's?
Catering, yep.
Yeah. Anyway, it's in Yucaipa. Why don't you give the address since you got it?
It's 35158 Yucaipa Boulevard in Yucaipa. And it's literally on the main street, like on Yucaipa Boulevard.
Past California.
Past California, past the, I think it's like 2 of the turnarounds or whatever those things called.
On the left-hand side, small little restaurant, patio dining. They have a small
patio and maybe 3 tables inside, small tables. So don't bring like 20 people there because you're not going to have a seat.
Yeah. But the food is very, very good. You walk in there.
Very authentic.
Right. And the aromas. And there is even a woman on the side of it.
Making
tortillas
from scratch. I mean, she's in, I'm watched her the entire time we're eating, rolling out doing the balls, put in the tortilla pressed it, and then each one she's cooking it up like manually. I'm like, wow. I mean, you don't see that anymore. Usually you see, tortilla makers with the machine that spits out, or they just ready make by them, Right. So this is really cool that she was making fresh tortillas as the day's gone.
Now the name itself, it says catering. Arteaga's Catering, and they do catering, but it's also a sit-down restaurant. When you look at it, you're not sure what they do, but they also have a ice cream store not down the block from there called Ruby's Ice Cream, which we didn't go to, but we will next time. But again, we were in a hurry, so we only ordered 2 things, but they were fantastic. I had the torta. This is a giant torta, probably the largest one I've ever seen. It was $12.99. It was basically mayo, beans, Mexican cheese, lettuce, tomato, onions, avocado, fries. And I had it with El Pastor, and it was sensational, really delicious. Even Izzy, who doesn't like sandwiches, she liked it.
I took a bite, and this thing was so big. I think Allan ate a third of it. That's it.
Yeah,
I mean, there was so much food. Yeah.
And all the portions are very large. And now they don't speak much English there, so that could be a problem if you have any dietary needs. You tell them you don't want something. But they're very, very nice people, and they have full service. Now, you had the combination plate, right?
No, I had the Huaraches, Huaraches. If you don't know what that is, it's actually, a slang for like sandal. So
it's like a gordita, but it's a sandal.
It's basically a tortilla that's a little thicker, that's made into like a flatbread size, right? And like a sandal size. And then they top the meat, and then they put like all the lettuce and tomatoes, a little bit of beans, all the things and all the fixings.
How much was it?
With beans, sour cream, cheese, and onions. The one I got was a lingua, so it's a little bit more expensive. Yep. The other ones are $12.99.
How much was that?
Mine was $13.99, but it was phenomenal. Like really, really good. I was so hungry, and because it was so good, I couldn't stop eating. I ate the entire thing.
That's the biggest portion of food I've seen you eat ever.
I know. Normally, I'm like, I'll get to halfway, I'm done. I mean, that's a max. And so I ate the entire thing. There was not even a speck of food left. I mean, I ate everything. And it was so, so, so fresh. I mean, the tortilla was so good. So I was thoroughly impressed. And I got the agua fresca that was, I think it was a pineapple.
Something, yeah, I can't
Something
remember.
with pineapple. Yeah, it's a pineapple agua fresca, I think. So it was super good, very refreshing. So I really was impressed. I mean, they do give you a little bit of chips and salsa, so start off with, and
Fresh chips, nice and hot.
yeah,
They have soups. They have seafood.
and
They
then
have
menudo on the weekends, and
chimichangas, tostadas, sopes, fajitas, combination plates. Lots of burrito. That's what people were ordering. Their famous burritos. Hard shell, soft shell tacos, taquitos, gorditas, super nachos. That looked really good. I was looking at them like, wow.
there's hamburgers too.
Right. Yeah, they also do something with super fries where they get fries and they put the carne asada, chicken, El Pastor, carnitas, or chili verde you can have on it. And they add, cheese, guacamole, beans, everything on there. So, again, the name of the restaurant is Arteagos, Arteaga Catering and Mexican Food. They're located at 35158 Yucaipa Boulevard in Yucaipa. Their phone number is 909-797-1100. And it doesn't have the hours here, but I'm telling you, this is a sensational Mexican restaurant, and we definitely will be back and ordering a bunch of food and everything.
I want to try their soup. So I
Soup's
can't wait
really
because
good.
especially in the cold weather, that's all I ever want.
When we
is
went,
to
it was
eat soup.
we went about a week ago, and it was pretty cold out there.
That was sunny, and then I think we just made soup at home. So I just had soup at home. So I'm like, well, the night before, I'm like, well, I wasn't in the mood for more soup, but I think I would try that out next time.
That among other eight or nine other items. So, okay. Before we get started about turkeys and some funny turkey dinners, including the one we had, I want to let you know about Bowler and Bowler Family Law. If you're involved in a divorce, if anything to do with any kind of troubles with spousal support issues, same-sex marriages, child support, non-marital relationships, paternity issues, anything with family law, Bowler and Bowler Family Law in Redlands is definitely the place to go to. Their staff are very friendly. It's a father-son corporation. Basically, they've been in business for over 50 years. Very, very friendly. They really know their business. They talk to you. That's the main thing. They don't talk down to you. They really care about you. They take their time with you. They don't rush you out of their office. And again, their staff are very friendly, very professional, and I can't say enough about them. They're located in Redlands. It's Bowler and Bowler, Bowler, and andbowler.com. The telephone number is 909-335-4848. Again, 909-335-4848. bowlerandbowler.com. Highly recommend them if you have to go, unfortunately, through a divorce or any family problems. Okay? Then the other sponsor I want to talk to you about is Tobias Maynard. Now, if you have any dental problems, if you're a foodie and you like to eat, you got to have good teeth. That's for sure. Nothing worse than eating with bad teeth. And Tobias Maynard DDS he's relocated in Redlands. It's really, really good. For one thing, it's painless dentistry. He's my dentist, and I mean, I can't go anywhere else after going him. He does cosmetic, holistic, family dentistry. Again, it's painless. The staff are very friendly, and he talks to you. I'm lucky. All the people I hang around with, they don't talk down to you or they treat you like an idiot. He explains everything, why he's doing it. And it's very comforting and makes you feel good. And, very relaxing. They have all new equipment in there now. And I just highly recommend it if you have any kind of dental issues. And, again, holistic, cosmetic, or family dentistry. That's what he specializes in. So it's Tobias Maynard. And the website is Pearly, Pearly, Whites, WHITES, DDS.com. That's PearlyWhitesDDS.com.
And thanks to Another sponsor is Ray's Shanghai Bistro, and they're located right next to the Redlands DMV on Lagonia, and they offer the largest, most delicious array of traditional and original Chinese dishes available in the Inland Empire.
Good stuff.
Some yummy stuff. And I haven't eaten today. I had half a granola bar and a handful of Belvita, so I am salivating again. Every time I talk about their food, I swear I am hungry. And then
the food's so good. We were just
I
there.
want to run out and just have some right now, especially when they homemade their pot stickers. They homemade their own pork dumplings from scratch. They make crisp pork spare ribs with garlic, and they have spicy lamb with cumin, or the spicy toothpick lamb, or the tangy deep fried orange peel chicken, and Alan's favorite,
orange peel beef. Oh, make sure you ask for it crispy. It's so good.
Yep. And then what's the other favorite, Alan?
I have no idea what.
It's a hot and sour soup.
Hot and sour soup.
He loves the hot and sour soup there.
Most hot and sour soups are kind of boring. They're good, but they're okay. This one has a little kick to it. And I like the afterburn that they have in there, a little spiciness, and it's just delicious.
Well, they don't make it so thick. I've had it thin and thick. I think they have theirs is just right. Sometimes too thin, the soup, or they put too much cornstarch to thicken it up, so it's too thick,
globby,
like gooby. Yeah. And theirs is just absolutely amazing.
Now, right now, it's a small restaurant. They're moving, I think, mid-December. They should be in the packing house.
I cannot wait, because there's always a line there. So prepare for a line. Don't go so hungry that you can't stand sitting in the line, because it's totally worth it once you get in there. The food comes out quickly. It's a no-frills, dining, but it's absolutely yummy. Whether you dine in or pick up the food, or have them cater your next party, a special occasion, you'll see why Ray's, R-U-I', spelled Ray's Shanghai Bistro, is truly the best Chinese restaurant in the Inland Empire. Their website is Ray's, R-U-I-S, Shanghai, S-H-A-N-G-H-A-I, Bistro, B-I-S-T-R-O.net. Whew. Okay, that's Ray's Shanghai Bistro.net. So happy eating, everybody.
Oh, man, you got me hungry. Okay, let's talk turkey. This is some turkey trivia. And it's just kind of fun. Most of this I didn't even know about. Maybe you Izzy would know. Okay, let's do one. Izzy, you know everything, so.
I don't know everything, but you always throw me on the bus. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, duh, hello.
That's a sidekick,
It amuses me, yeah. Only male turkeys gobble. True or false? It's okay, we have all day.
Probably false.
Okay, turkeys make a variety of different sounds, such as purrs, P-U-R-R-S, purrs, yelps, wow, and keepers, kikis, K-E-E, K-E-E. But the famous gobble call is only done by males. Of course, because we're better than females, that's why.
No, you guys trying to attract the females.
During mating season.
Mm-hmm.
So when I hear, never mind, I won't get into this. Okay, anyway, as a result, male turkeys are gobbles, while females are often called hens. I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Wild turkeys, can they fly?
No.
It's a common myth that turkeys can't fly, most likely because they feed on the ground. But wild turkeys have been known to fly up to 55 miles per hour in short bursts. For domesticated turkeys, this is unfortunately not the case.
Well, they're probably so heavy.
Exactly. They're bred to be heavier. See, you're good. In the weight, almost twice as much as wild turkeys. The majority of animals in farming live in conditions that cause suffering or stress, and that includes turkeys. Learn more about the ways that turkeys suffer in factory farms and help us to stop the continued expansion of low welfare factory farms. So, again, it's not like cage-free. A lot of them are farmed. So,
hence probably that's not so much meat.
No.
Because I can't imagine a wild turkey would have a lot of meat if they can fly.
Well, I was going to buy one at a store. They only had a Shelton, which is out of business. They were local. They've been around forever. They're out of business.
That's
and
sad.
The last one they had at the store, 27 pounds. I've never seen a 27-pound turkey.
Boy, that's
huge.
been plumped up,
That's
isn't it?
really big. Yeah. If I was a turkey, I'd look like that.
That would be you.
Exactly.
Plumped up.
Okay, third thing. Wild turkeys sleep in trees. True or false?
Sure. Away from predators.
Turkeys spend most of their time on the ground, but when it's time to sleep, they fly up into trees. This is because turkeys can't see well at night, and to protect themselves from predators, they roost at dusk and fly down at dawn.
Makes sense.
Yep.
At least they're smart enough to do that.
Yeah, and turkeys are usually stupid. You think they're stupid, but I guess not. Number 4, they can change colors. Turkeys can change colors.
I don't know.
Well, their heads do at least. Yes, you can tell a turkey emotions by the color of their heads. Colors that can change from red to blue to white depending on how excited or calm they are. The more intense or color they are, the more intense the emotions. I think the turkey that we ate was completely scared out of its mind. Because
Probably like bright red, alarm red.
yeah.
Like urgency,
Like,
help, help.
God, oh my God. We'll get into that later. Okay, number 5. Turkey poop determines if they're male or female. Kind of like
Sure.
one certain way to find out if a turkey is male or female is by checking their droppings. See, that'd be a good job for you. You love picking up poop like you do with the dogs.
Yikes.
Okay,
No.
a male's poop will be shaped like a letter J. Oh, this is funny. While the female's poop is more spiral shaped.
Okay.
Didn't know that, did you?
I don't know how you can poop spiral, but okay. It's like a ice cream machine. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm trying to picture this.
Like
It's
a soft
little-
freeze.
I'm just what does she like dance around so you make that circle?
It's a spiral. That's what they said.
Okay, that's
All right.
hilarious.
Benjamin Franklin preferred the turkey to the bald eagle. So Benjamin Franklin actually liked a turkey, but bald eagle is our national bird.
I know, but he's a strange bird himself.
And Benjamin Franklin did
No
not
pun
advocate for the
intended.
turkey as our national bird. He did prefer them to bald eagles. In a letter to his daughter, Benjamin Franklin called the bald eagle a bird of bad moral character while they steal from other birds. He called the turkey a much more respectable bird, a bird of courage, and a true original native of America. Yes, okay. What an idiot. Okay.
He's a strange bird once again. I did visit his home in Philadelphia when I toured, and he's a brilliant man, but he is a strange bird.
Well, you got to be strange to be brilliant, don't you?
I think so. I think you got to be a little bit quirky.
That's what they say about me. They say I'm a brilliant person. I'm very strange. Okay. Number 7. Turkeys, can they see better than humans?
Probably not.
Among the more surprising facts about turkeys is that they have 3 times better vision than humans.
Now, okay, my question is, who can certify that? Who tested this theory out? How do they know they have better vision?
The same one who determines whether it's a male or female poop. There's got to be an idiot. Maybe Benjamin Franklin. He's strange.
Oh,
Whatever.
Lord.
Let's see. They can also see in color, and their eyesight covers 270 degrees. Now, how do they see in color?
How somebody know? Like some people say, oh, the dogs don't see color. Well, I totally strongly disagree because my dog loves pink. I mean, you can put a bunch of toys.
Your dog's a little.
and likes pink. So it's like, I don't know. Whoever think that they see black and white, maybe they don't see black and white,
Yeah, I agree with that.
who are they in their brain to know like what color they see?
Yeah, you put a whole bunch of toys out. He'll always pick the pink one.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Okay, presidential pardons for turkeys started in 1989. It's widely believed that the first presidential pardon for turkeys started when Abraham Lincoln's son pleaded that the bird intended for Christmas dinner had a right to live just like any other creature. But it wasn't until 1989, during George H.W. Bush's administration, that the official pardoning ceremony started. I think it's kind of stupid, but it's part of American history, I guess.
So what do they do with them? They go in the zoo?
No, yeah, they just let them fly.
Go in the farm?
Yeah, they send
And
them.
somebody else going to kill
I
them?
think they send them to San Bernardino. No, I'm looking at it. Okay, number 9. Turkeys' snoods are for mating.
Who? What?
Turkey, what's a snood? S-N-O-O-D-S. Turkey snoods are for mating.
Is that the...
Go look real quick. Look it up. Oh, here they are. Snoods, the fleshy appendage that extends over a turkey's beak, is for finding a suitable mate. According to a journal of avian biology, females prefer males with longer snoods, and snood lengths can also be determined to be used to predict the winner of a competition between two males.
Aw.
So I guess snoods and penises are about the same. It's considered. See, every culture.
Why is it a male thing? I think it's all
Well,
animals. Like male has to like.
Well, here it
"Ooh,
says.
I gotta look better. I gotta look better. Gotta have a
Hey,
bigger
honey,
thing.
look at my snood. Yeah. What it says it right here. I wouldn't lie. It says right here. Okay. 46 million turkeys are killed each year for Thanksgiving. Oh, that's a lot.
That's a
46
lot.
million.
Yeah. Are they all being eaten or half a?
No, they're just, I don't know. That's about one turkey for every person in Spain. To add, each turkey weighs about 30 pounds on average. That's before they're butchered, I guess, which means Americans will consume 1.4 billion pounds of turkey.
Goodness gracious.
Many who
That's a
are
lot of turkey.
cutting out red meat are turning to turkey. In 2020, U.S. turkey consumption was nearly 16 pounds per capita. But these beautiful animals are highly intelligent, have distinct and playful personalities. Seriously? No, I went to Sheldon's farm when they were in business, and I had a ring on my finger, and they kept looking at it, and they just kept poking at it.
Like shiny things.
Yeah, and I heard they were stupid. I heard if you look up, one turkey looks up, they all look up and they drown if it rains. That's, I don't know if it's a wise haven, but, and should not endure lives of suffering in the cruel factory farming industry. Okay, that's sad. Whatever. Anyway, that's it. So turkeys, very interesting. Did you learn? See, we're very informative on this show. Aren't
Sure.
we? Sure.
I learned a lot. I had no idea of half of the stuff that you just talked about. So.
Our engineer's in a coma. He's like,
Well, okay, he's probably like, okay, I'm anti.
well, he's vegetarian. Nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that. Have you ever gone to a vegetarian Thanksgiving dinner?
No.
I actually did, and oh God, is it boring? I mean, it was different. I, of course, being the person I am, I brought tofu, but I formed it into I tried to make it into a turkey. It didn't look very good, but yeah, they have what tofu turkey. They have all kinds of fun things, but
I'd like to try that one day.
yeah.
That'd be cool.
Actually, now it might be good. Vegetarian food now has changed a lot.
Well, yeah. I mean, I actually like some of the vegetarian cuisines.
Why did you?
I've tried different restaurants, and when they prepare vegetarian cuisine, it's always good.
Okay. Well, we're going to talk about now. We're going to talk about fun stories that people have. Now, a lot of these are just redneck stories. I have to admit, I don't know whether this is in Florida or where, but a lot of these.
Okay, that's a stereotyping,
and it's 100% accurate.
Whatever.
So, okay, number one, Grandma threatened to poop in the turkey if she didn't watch her Jeopardy. True story. My aunt. Now, these are all stories that. So when I say my, it's not someone. It's not my aunt, but. My aunt, uncle, and cousins make no food and take 90% of it home. They also get there late and leave first. Have you seen that? You've seen that before, haven't you?
Yeah, I've seen that before.
People overdo it. Yes, take a little bit. Even when we eat out sometimes, we'll have something to share, like guacamole or a salsa.
Oh, something for people to taste. Like, hey, here's a piece, try to taste it. Like, you haven't even touched your plate yet, and you're passing along, and then by the time it come back to you, it's like there's nothing left.
That
okay, so
recently,
that's
by
your
the way.
no meal. So like that's your meal, and then you have no food left. A taste means half a piece, maybe a little smidgen, not just swipe the entire thing into a plate. I mean, I don't know. Maybe people their parents never taught them to like share. I don't know.
Or is it just self-centered? Just
that too. I mean,
hate
if somebody
that.
tell me to taste something, I take the smallest thing taste, not like, oh, let me take the biggest piece and then let me take half of it.
Well, I tend to be the Jewish mother type of thing, where I let everybody else eat first, and then when it comes around to me, then it's my turn. But there's times when it comes around to me, there's nothing left. And again, I don't think people really see things. Not everybody, but some people. Mm-hmm. But anyway, it's terrible on Thanksgiving when that happens. So, okay, here it says, my aunt decided to announce that she has chlamydia when she started to eat. Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yum, yum, yum. Okay, here it says, let's see. My uncle poured Royal Crown on his turkey and would only eat it with Royal Crown. what did I say? Crown Royal. Sorry about that.
Royal Crown
Can't
is
read.
not a liquor.
Okay, Crown Royal.
I don't mean drink, and I know that.
My eyes hurt. Anyway, yeah, can you imagine? I wouldn't invite that person over, that's for sure. Okay, my cousin always says that she'll bring the bread. Rolls of bread, that makes sense. She always comes at least an hour late. Let's see. Shows up with a bag of sliced sandwich bread or stale rolls. That leads me to potlucks. Have you ever, when I bring food to a potluck, I take my time to make it from scratch and, make it special. Your name's on it. You want to make it, people proud of it. I hate when they go like Stater Brothers and buy coleslaw or a bottle.
I've done that myself. So
boo.
Okay, some of us work like.
That's no excuse.
Work the day before or I had to travel the day of.
Glory.
Whatever.
It takes a lot of things don't take a lot of time to make.
At least somebody brought something instead of coming empty-handed and don't do anything.
Okay, well, people like you I hate. Because I take the time, and a lot of people take the time to make something. There's pride in it. There's passion. There's love in it. To buy something just to bring it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
it's food.
You give me that look. Okay.
At least I buy good tasting food, so who cares?
Okay, well, you'll probably like this one then. She was responsible for bringing the dessert. She showed up 3 hours late, and instead of bringing dessert, she brought an open bag of frozen pierogies, and yeah, that was dessert.
Okay, that's not dessert, but
she brought something, yeah.
Oh, she brought something.
Maybe she eats pierogies for dessert.
Maybe she likes it.
That's true.
Okay.
Here, this one's a good one here. Let me look here. My paper here. Okay. My mom told my cousin's husband not to cuss in front of their baby because she'll eventually repeat it. That makes sense, right? You don't want to.
How old is the baby?
It just says baby. I don't know.
If it's like a month old or 2 months old, they can't repeat anything.
And I know, but still, you don't want to repeat. If someone,
I understand.
if a parent
not
asks
that I'm cussing anywhere, so I don't know. You know.
He didn't cuss, but what he did decide to do is pull out his gun and threatens to shoot his mother, the woman who said that to him, for telling him what to do.
Well, there you go.
Yep, Florida. Yep, or Texas. Ooh, I hit a nerve. Okay.
It could be California.
No, we don't do things like that here.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
We don't do things like that. Okay. We were hosting Thanksgiving and prepared all the food ourselves, and my mom spent all morning cooking and baking. My aunt, uncle, and cousins arrived right before dinner, walked in with a White Castle Crave case, and said they just stopped to eat a few minutes ago, and basically that they prepared a whole dinner for them, but they decided that they wanted White Castle instead. Tacky.
I wouldn't have said that, and then I would have just nibbled on whatever people gave me.
Which you did at our dinner that we'll talk about in a minute or so. Okay, what's another one here? Let's see. We're almost done.
See, my question is, did these people crawl out from underneath a rock?
I have no idea.
I mean, where are they? Okay, anyways,
I know.
No comments.
I know. Now, this is a good one. My uncle shot the TV because of how the Lions were playing on a Thanksgiving Day football game.
Yeah, they all crawled on it from a rock, seriously.
Same rock, you think?
Yeah, same rock.
Okay.
They all been hiding, living underneath the rock.
Last year, this is the last story, then we'll go into ours. Last year, my husband's grandma hosted Thanksgiving dinner at her house and asked us to buy and make the turkey. Not even that's not the trashiest part of the story, they said. We had to go spend Thanksgiving with my husband's dad side that morning. So we dropped the turkey off on our way to my dad's house, spent time with him. His grandmother said that they would be eating around 4 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Okay, no big deal. We arrived back at the grandmother's house around 3:45. Everyone had already eaten all the food, including the entire turkey.
Hence, you don't drop food off.
Has that ever happened to you? You coming late to a party?
Yes. Oh, yes. Heck yes. And let me say yes. This is pretty recent.
Okay.
So somebody had a big party, and they're like, oh, yeah, come, help us start, set it up. And, So yeah, went over there and helped them set up and everything. But I had another previous engagement, appointment that I had to make, and I could not, change for work. So left for work, figuring, I came and prepped everything, helped cut up stuff, put out everything. Somebody would have enough sense to go, hey, maybe give her a plate, because I was like not going to dip into the food while there's nobody coming yet, right? And I'm here prepping. Well, come back. All the food was wiped out. All there was left was like crackers and like stuff that's been sitting out now for like 3 years, and probably not quite edible. And whatever's left out is dried out, so it's like, well, there you go. Like, that's a lesson learned.
Well, I went to a relative's house one time, and there was probably 1, 2, 3, 4, about 8 people there. There's probably enough food for 1.5 persons. It was like nothing. But the worst one was some chef invited me to his house, and I was like, wow, I can't wait. And I swear, I must have come 10 minutes late. You're supposed to be there like 6 or 7, whatever. I came 10 minutes late. Almost everything was wiped out. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. You're a chef. But again, people
better yet. I remember this one time. It was like storming, like pouring down rain, and I already have all these plans for Thanksgiving with family, and somebody was like, okay, come by, try out what we have to offer you. Remember that? And then so we're like, okay, they invited, quote unquote, us to go try out their food. Great. We're just there to really try out the food. Wasn't there to eat, because in an hour or two we're going to eat a full Thanksgiving meal that we prepared. So
this is at a restaurant.
Yeah, at the restaurant.
Right.
Well, we were invited, but we ended up paying about $175 or something like that, including tip for two people. And all we had was like half a plate to taste the food. Yeah. I was furious beyond, like, I can't even say how furious I am. And I used to love that place, love that restaurant, and I no longer go there or even give an 1 iota business, because if you invite me somewhere and I made an effort while it's like flooding streets and all to come make it,
rain too,
yeah, you make it feel like we had to be squeezed in, and then I had to pay for my half a plate of tasting, and I was just livid. If I was going to pay that kind of money, I would eat a whole full meal.
Right. I agree. I was invited to a restaurant, a fancy restaurant. They invited me. They called me up. Hey, we have a new menu. You want you to try it? Okay. So I got there, and pretty much they brought the food out. The new menu. I didn't have to order anything. They brought everything out, and I was there for about 2 hours maybe. I mean, it was nice. It was a great meal and everything. Then they gave me a check for like $350. Engineer's laughing. I didn't know what to do. I was like,
it's the same case, same situation.
If I would have asked for it, I didn't know what to say. I was really, I'm caught in a different position, because I'm not out to take free food. I mean, I'll pay for my food. I don't care about that. But when you invite me, and
we invite somebody
and bring the food out, what they want, not what I want necessarily. So anyway, I told the maitre d', I called him over. I said, this is kind of, crazy situation, but this is what happened. And he went back and he goes, I apologize. Yeah, no, it's taken care of. And I gave him a nice tip. And I always give nice tips for something like that. But I mean, mistakes happen. I give credit for that.
Oh, this was not a mistake.
So no,
the owner actually brought over the check.
He came after and said, hey, how you like it?
I was like, looked at him. I was like dumbfounded. And I was just bit my tongue, did not say anything, because I was ready, like, are you freaking kidding me? So I was livid.
And I don't think I've been back there since either. So.
No.
Well.
That is not somebody that, don't invite somebody and then expect somebody to pay for it. I mean, invite somebody means an invitation. And the invitation was like, come check out what we have. This is our first year doing this buffet.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, sure. We already had plans. I already went out of my way having plans, driving, and like, you couldn't see. It was like literally flooding streets. Couldn't see where you're going. I was going like 10 miles an hour down the street, trying to make there, like 30 miles away. And this is what I got. And I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me?
Well, one of the best buffets there are on Thanksgiving, Mother's Day, Father's Day, stuff like that, is that Mill Creek Cattle Company in Mentone.
Yeah,
it's
the
usually
Easter was amazing.
$25 or under. It's a great buffet. They have, barbecue ribs, ham, whatever the holiday is.
I should have signed up for that
We
this
should have
year.
gone too. Oh, we'll talk about this here in a couple of minutes.
Ugh.
But Mill Creek Dining Company, that's one in Mentone, and really, really good stuff. Okay, real quick, I want to give a sponsor. You're listening to the Let's Sign Out show right here on AM 1050, 106.5 FM. The stations that leave no listeners behind. It's the Let's Sign Out show with Allan Borgen and Isabel Bussey, and we're on every Saturday from 4 to 5. Okay, one more sponsor, and then we
Thanks to the sponsor.
Then we get into our main focus of our last Thanksgiving Day dinner, which happened day before yesterday. All Magic Paint and Body. A while back, I was involved in not a hit and run, but I was rear-ended. My car was rear-ended.
The second time.
And I didn't know who to call. And I remember my friend, who I've known him. I've never dealt with him, basically. But he owned All Magic Auto Paint and Body. And I checked with Mercury Insurance, and they said, you can go to anywhere. So I decided to go to see him. And they've been in business for over 30 years. I'm very, very happy with them. They have highly trained and certified technicians, friendly staff. I mean, the best in the business I've ever seen. And best of all, they treat each car as if their own. I mean, they guide you across. You get all kinds of text messages or phone calls, let you know what's happening. If the part didn't come yet, if they think it'll be about a week and a half and it's a little bit longer, they let you know. So they also have their state-of-the-art equipment, tools to ensure optimum results. They have the latest technology and computerized color matching, specialize in frame repairs with their modern laser measuring system, and they are OEM certified, which is very important. All Magic Paint and Body offers rental car assistance, which is really neat because I just went to them. They called Hertz or whatever it was for me. They brought the car in, and that's it. And when I brought the car back there, they took it back there. So, I mean, you can't beat that. And it's a lifetime guarantee. So I really, really like that. Most of the time it's 30 days or 60 days. It's lifetime guarantee. All Magic Auto Paint and Body Collision Centers are located in Norco, Eastvale, Moreno Valley, and in Fontana. And you can visit them at allmagicauto.com. That's allmagicauto.com. And again, I highly recommend it if you want looking for someone responsible. And it's like anything else. You want to go to a good surgeon, a good dentist. Well, this is for your car, and I treat my car. I try to keep it clean and healthy. And don't laugh, Izzy. I forget to clean inside sometimes, and I tend to leave food in there sometimes.
It's like a moving filing cabinet. Let's put it this way. And it's not a nice filing cabinet.
I like when you go in there. Did you eat anything tonight? Oh, no, of course not. Nice. You see lettuce and things. It's embarrassing when you eat a burrito and it all falls apart in there. But anyway, okay, let's talk about our Thanksgiving Day dinner. I'm not going to tell you where we went, but we went to a dinner house. We were invited to a person's house. And for starters, they raised their own turkeys. They had a male and a female turkey. And I guess the male turkey was a jerk, as they called it other names. And it would kill their chickens, some of their chickens. So they decided to off it. And they figured, well, as long as we're offering, killing one, let's kill both of them. So they killed both of them. And that's what we had for
the roost and the hen, right?
Yeah, that's what we had for Thanksgiving Day dinner. So we walk in there, and they had, some canopies and stuff in front, deviled eggs and salami and cheeses and stuff. That was nice. It was good. And then the main entrees, they had the turkey.
Beautiful spread, I have to say.
The turkey looked beautiful. They had string bean casserole, which is excellent. Mashed potatoes was very good. They had, what else they have? Gravy. They left the fat in it. Yeah. So there's about an inch of fat on top. That's okay. That's just gravy. And what else did they have? The yams. I made the yams and everything. That was halfway decent. And then they made a smoked ham. They smoked it. Unfortunately, they smoked it. It must have been a week and a half.
No, you missed out the stuffing.
Yeah. This is a family stuffing.
Family recipe.
And so let's start with the ham. The ham looked okay, but it looked dried out. And
it looks pretty.
Oh, it was.
I didn't taste it, so I don't know.
Well,
I can't speak on
took some home,
your
so
behalf.
you'll taste it pretty soon. But it was so dried out, and the outside it had the honey on it, so it was crispy. But you couldn't eat the outside; it was so tough. But that was the bright spots. That was one of the bright spots of the evening. Then there was the turkey. Oh, we'll leave the turkey for last. Then there was the stuffing. Now, I love bread stuffing. That's something you look forward to as a kid. I think everyone loves stuffing.
I even like stovetop stuffing. I'm easy. Like,
But
put
you
it
like
in the
stuffing,
bag.
don't you?
I do, and you
you like cornbread or?
yeah, I don't care which way.
Have you ever had it with sausage or oysters?
Yeah,
in
I've
it?
had it all. I've had it really gourmet and have it right out of the box with some chicken broth and bake that. I mean, the stovetop is pretty dang good too.
And you
So
bake it and
yeah,
especially
they
when it's
crisp up
crisp
and you put some veggies in it. It's pretty dang good. It's not okay. I would say pretty hard to mess up stuffing. In this day and age.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, why don't you describe it? It looked okay.
It looks decent. Yeah.
It was, luckily,
it looks decent.
they baked it a little bit beforehand, so it was crispy on the top.
Yeah, well, I didn't get any top, so I don't know.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh,
So when I was trying to scoop it up, I got like stew-sized chunks of celery. But I couldn't get any stuffing on there. It kept sliding off the spoon. I'm like, this is kind of weird. And so I'm here like scooping up. I got like probably a spoonful of chunky celery. Like it's not even diced. This is like something you will find in
like a stew.
a stew,
country
like
stew.
big chunky, big chunk food. Like okay, I've never seen that before in my life.
Okay,
so
that can
there you
happen.
go.
No way, it's
okay,
a family
whatever.
recipe. Okay.
So I finally was able to get one piece to get to the spoon and was able to dispense it onto my plate. So I'm like, okay, great. Saw the gravy with the 2 inches of oil, decided against that. So didn't do gravy. And so I decided to taste it.
Okay.
Okay, Alan, next.
As you described it, slimy bread. It fell off your spoon. It rolled off your spoon. You couldn't even eat it.
Well, the sad thing is, I don't even think it was cooked or like seasoned with like chicken broth. I think most times you make stuffing with chicken broth. This was probably water. And so there wasn't even flavor of the vegetables. There's no flavor. It was like I didn't know what I was eating.
Don't you
really.
think
if you blindfold me and fed me that, I would have been like, I'm not so sure what the food is.
Oh yeah, if you were blind, you'd be going crazy. Poor Helen.
Try to guess.
Poor Helen
what
Keller.
you're
She's like,
eating.
"What the hell's this crap?" But I think if I had to tear it apart, which I always do with recipes, I think the way they did it was they take Wonder Bread and they put about a gallon of water in it, and they bake it. It was tasteless, slimy. I've never had anything quite like it.
It was like snot.
Have you ever
It
had?
was bad.
Be descriptive. Have you ever had that before?
No, I literally don't think. I never thought
You can spoil.
you could mess up stuffing.
Yeah, and then the mashed potatoes. The person who made it, she said she can't make mashed potatoes. I'm like,
She's never done it before.
you
She had
bo-
to look up a recipe.
yeah. So she went. She used a pressure cooker. And
No,
normally you boil potatoes, peel them first, boil it or leave the peel. And that's it. Mash them up, put butter, sour cream, then it's done.
That she looked it up online, and somebody said you have to cold rinse the potatoes, and then
Boil them.
no. It has to have hot water. Then you put the potatoes in hot water. I'm like, so what's the difference of boiling the potatoes in water? I can't even.
There's like
I was
five-
like, I'm sitting there like, oh my word.
There's like
Am I
five-
listening to this?
There's like 5 steps to this. And it was like, but actually they tasted okay. They weren't too, gluey like. They were okay, weren't they? They were good. I would have.
Yeah, they're edible.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to the
Well,
stuffing.
compared to everything else and everything. So. Okay, but then the highlight. I mean,
the highlight. Looking
Well, the
for
hard-boiled-
and I love turkey.
well,
like,
before we get to
love
turkey, you were starving at the beginning, so thank
Yeah.
God. Thank there is a God, because you ate about 1.5 pounds of little gherkin pickles. You had olive stuff with blue cheese they had there. You had
And
nuts,
I think it was-
raisins,
yeah.
and then I've never seen anybody love hard-boiled egg. What do you call it? Deviled eggs. They look beautiful.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was like a pan full. It's
Oh.
beautiful. So I took a bite of that.
And yum yum. Did you have a food orgasm? No. Okay.
The expectation is bursting with flavor in my mouth.
Any flavor, right?
It tasted like
nothing.
mayonnaise, and it's not even a flavorful mayonnaise. It's not like a good mayonnaise. It was like no flavor and I love hard-boiled eggs, so I'm like, okay. And I was like, okay, so this is like a creamy hard-boiled egg. What's going on? I mean, there's no flavor. It looks beautiful, and I'm like, okay.
And I went to get some of those after our turkey. I'm looking for them, and I guess you put them away. I thought everybody ate them already. I'm like,
oh, there's a full pan in the fridge.
But they had lots of really good desserts, that's for sure.
But after half a devil egg, I think that was my quota. I checked it off. Yep, half.
Okay, so we had bad stuffing, not so good deviled eggs, mashed potatoes that were the most intricate mashed potatoes ever made by a human being. The string beans and mushroom soup and
the green beans actually was amazing.
That was very good.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know you didn't like that one. Every time you go, ew.
I usually don't like it because it's mushy.
Yeah, but they were it was
These
wicked.
were good and flavorful.
The string beans were crisp.
So crunchy, and then
cranberries was good.
The cranberries were good. And you know, the only thing with the the green beans, was that there were chunks of bacon fat.
Yeah, there's a bunch of bacon fat in there, which
my whole family died of heart issues, and I'm like, oh God.
I've never heard of bacon in that, but whatever.
Yeah. Anyways, I didn't.
Crisp bacon would have been okay, but
yeah, no, it was. There was no meat on it, just fat.
It's kind of like we went to on the ship. They brought bacon out that was limp as can be. It looked like.
Oh, I know, sad.
Okay.
It looks like undercooked.
Okay, but the highlight, you know, on Thanksgiving dinner, one of the highlights is what? Turkey, right?
Turkey, yay!
Now again, I know you can spoil turkey. I've made turkey sometimes where you overcook it. You know, it's dried out. That happens. I mean, I'm not complaining with that.
Well, if that's the case, just drown in gravy.
Yeah. Well, I've had friends. I had one friend's wife who never cooked a turkey, so she put it in there. It looked great. However, she put it in frozen. So the outside looked great, but the inside was like pink as can be. And the giblets, she couldn't find the giblets in the gravy, so she bought a can of gravy. The giblets were still inside the cavity of the turkey.
In the bag?
Yeah. So people can screw up turkeys. This is the first time I've had anything like this. All I can say.
Well, it's not dry.
It was I think moist. I never got that far. But I took a small piece there because I was going to take more until I saw you.
And I love dark meat. So, like, I usually just leave the breast because usually if it's cooked wrong for any reason, the breast is the one that suffered, right? Usually that's the driest. So I always stick with the dark meat.
And you like bones, so you took the wing section, right?
Yep,
The two parts with wing.
Because nobody else wants those
so
usually.
First I see her
awesome.
with two hands trying to separate the wing part. Here she is going. she couldn't.
It looks like a cartoon character.
Yeah.
I'm sweating, trying to just break
it apart.
It won't. It was like a resistant rubber band.
But it was cooked.
I could have been in the gym and doing a resistant exercise because that's what that was.
You could look like a Lou Ferrigno, yeah. Then she decided, well, I'm going to try eating it. So she picked it up. And do you ever take a bone away from a dog? How you see a dog just like, "Argh!" That's the way she was.
Double-handed, holding onto the swing,
trying to eat some meat on it.
It won't come off. The meat won't come off. It literally will not come off. I couldn't get the skin to come off, nor the meat to come off, and I'm like.
And it was cooked. Okay, I want to. It was cooked. We didn't see any blood. At least there's an excuse if you saw blood coming out. It wasn't cooked. So,
I'm like, okay, now it tasted like rubber. It's a consistency of rubber, like a bad, dog toy rubber.
Being the nice person you're a very nice person. You don't want to offend anybody. Izzy pretty much tried to eat it. So on her plate, there was a big mess of carcass there. There was some meat taken out of it. She was able to eat a couple of ounces.
Oh, I hand shredded like little slivers and then, ate those. But most of it was pretty much like, okay, I took off a piece of fat and then put it down. I took off a piece of skin, I put it down.
And I saw that, so I said, I better stick with the dark meat because that scared the hell out of me. I've never seen you like that. So I get the dark meat and I'm cutting it. They have plastic fork, no big deal. I'm cutting our plastic knife and fork. I'm cutting with a knife and cutting it and cutting it and cutting it and cutting it. It wouldn't go through. I figured, maybe it's part of the drumstick, the little ligament to it.
Yeah.
So I turned it over, a little thicker part. I turned it over. I started cutting and cutting and cutting. I couldn't even cut it.
It's sort of like my wing experience.
I couldn't. So I didn't have any turkey. But the ultimate best is that night. We were laughing. But that night, Izzy, you want to take anybody? You want to take any home? And Izzy, I'll take home. So
no, I didn't say anything.
No,
and they kept asking, and I'm like,
you didn't want to offend anybody.
Yeah. Sure, I'll take a wing and a drumstick.
So they gave her 2 drumsticks.
No, one drumstick
and
one wing. Yep.
Okay. So she got home and I'm starving. I want something to eat. So she made some congee, which is basically like a cup of rice.
It's a rice porridge.
10 cups of water, and we put the drumstick in there. We thought, okay.
Instapot. Okay, just imagine. It's a pressure cooker, people.
Keyword, pressure cooker. So she cooked it, and we're waiting and waiting. We're like, oh, man.
It's 40 minutes later.
So we take it out. We mix it. I get a fork to stick in.
It wouldn't go in.
It wouldn't go into the leg of the turkey. Now, I think what happened, if I had to guess. Well, anyway, let me finish up with this. What happened was we were dying with that, so we decided let's pressure cook it for the second time.
Pressure cooker's supposed to tenderize stuff, right? So 40 minutes of pressure cooker, high pressure, you have to let out the pressure and everything. It should have softened it. It did not.
I couldn't get a fork in it.
Second time, 40 more minutes.
So for 80 minutes, we had... I could have made a brisket. I could 80 minutes, and then it softened.
I cooked it like frozen chicken breast and then
faster time, yeah. But it worked the second time. So anyway, I thought that was probably the best. And then, of course, so we were laughing the whole time. So nighttime, we were sitting there watching TV, kind of reminiscing about our dinner, and we were laughing an hour and a half straight.
Yep.
The next day, my cheeks were laughing so hard. So
our teeth were hurting from the chewing.
Oh yeah.
For me, and then
I was going to the emergency room and see if they could put on.
And I was so sad because we missed a good turkey dinner at Mill Creek.
And what I did actually, I was in the mood for turkey, so I went into the freezer and just kind of looked at my turkey in the freezer.
And reminisced
took
what
it out
could
and
taste
I kind of
like.
licked it, the outside, But anyway, it was a nice gesture. I appreciate the people inviting us, but we're busy for the next 600 years. Oh, we can't make it. We're sorry about that, but
yeah.
Anyway, hopefully we made you laugh and we didn't exaggerate it. It was actually
that's
true,
exactly what happened. Actually.
Anyway, thank you for listening to the Let's Dine Out show. Hopefully
that wasn't dining out, and it was maybe dining out should have been better.
Yeah, but anyway, things happen, and that's the way it goes. So we're on every Saturday from 4 to 5, and we've got some great restaurants we're going to be talking to. Next week, we're talking about the Palace Station in Las Vegas. We went there for 4 days. We ate every restaurant there. Amazing experience. So we're going to have them on. Really excited about that, and some great chefs. Until next time.
Rialto listens to KCAA.